So what was it that kept you out of spring and just kind of where are you at now?
Yeah, so I had a little bit of back problems a couple months ago, but as of now I just got cleared a couple weeks ago. I've been full go and running routes and everything, so I'm ready to get started in fall camp when we start up again.
What do you think about the position? You guys obviously lose two key pieces in Brandon and Amir. How are some of the younger guys looking?
All the younger guys have been stepping up this past spring ball, taking a back seat and watching everything happen. I've been trying to help them out as much as possible, but they are learning on the run, especially the two new guys, Keegan and Arlen. They've both been really putting in the work, and it shows out there on the field. And we know we have an opportunity with the two seniors, Amir and B. Smith, gone, so someone's going to have to step up. I'm excited to see who it's going to be.
So were you kind of like a coach for some of these young guys? You had two true freshmen coming in. Were you coaching them basically this spring?
As much as I possibly can help them. I mean, everyone in the receiver room learns from each other, so I think we all coach each other a little bit, which is good, and that's how everyone gets better.
So what did you think of Keegan and Arlen?
Oh, they're legit. They know their stuff. I came here as a early enrollee like 3 years ago, just like they did, and they picked up the offense way faster than I have, so kudos to them.
What is the key to making that work?
Like understanding the...
When you come in early?
I mean, just putting in the time and really trying to understand the playbook. That's the hardest part, taking the jump from high school to college. I mean, the playbook is really simple in high school. You just go out there and run around and you're pretty much going to be open and get the ball, but in college it takes more than that. And just studying the playbook and getting reps in practice over and over and studying the film, working hard, is really what it takes to understand it all.
So how's daily life like this year? I mean, daily testing, temperature checks, any of that anymore?
So it's all done if you got the vaccine. I got the vaccine, so did a bunch of other guys a couple months ago. It hurt for one day, but it's been worth it not having to do the testing and not having to wear the masks and all that stuff. So it's been a lot better than having to go through all the stuff we did last year during COVID.
Last year we heard about guys getting kicked off of high school fields all over the place. Is it nice to have the facility back and be able to use it?
It was a struggle. So last year, me and a couple other teammates lived in my house, and we all stayed together and cooked and everything together because we couldn't be in the facility. We'd have to sneak on the high school fields to throw and work out and all that stuff. But now, since everything's opening back up again, we get to go in the facility, and nothing beats that. So we're happy.
What have you seen from Spencer and how he's kind of grown?
He's just continuing to grow every single day. Last year was his first year at quarterback. It's tough being a quarterback in the Big Ten, especially your first year, and he's just continuing to grow every single practice. He's extremely smart and knows the playbook more than anyone I've ever seen before, and so I got all faith in him.
Working on every little thing, like whether it be punching my hands or just my feet, just keep working on that every day.
How much is this line? Is it a puzzle piece that you've been kind of fit together?
I think no matter who's in there, they're going to compete and do very well. We got a lot of guys that can play right now on the line, and so I wouldn't say it's a puzzle. I'd say it's whatever piece you stick in there, it's going to work.
How good is that to have that where you can just plug somebody in?
It's awesome. I mean, just knowing that if someone goes down, hopefully, cross your fingers, it never does happen, but you got another guy that's going to step in and do the exact same thing.
How are you better now than when you first got on the field?
I'd say just maturity, my understanding of football more, just being able to, when I first got out there, I was kind of just looking at the guy in front of me, and now I can see all around the field what's going on, and tells me more about what the guy in front of me is going to do.
How good is that then to know that, to know what's coming?
It helps a lot. I mean, that's huge on football. That's why Tyler Linderbaum is so successful, because he sees everything that goes around him, and he knows exactly what's coming at him.
How long does that take to learn? Is it different for each guy to kind of
Different for everybody. Some guys pick up on it right away. Some guys it takes all 5 years. I mean, everyone, you can still keep getting better. No one's ever just got it perfect. No one's ever got it licked. Always can get better at it.
Was there a moment when you kind of figured out, okay, I got it?
No, never. No one's ever got it. Nobody. You can always keep going more. You might have certain things that you might be better at than others, but no one's ever got it.
What was it like for you to watch what Tristan did with the Bucs last year?
That's awesome. He was my roommate here, and So, I mean, I was watching all those playoff games. He did beat my Packers, though, which I guess it's a win-win, I guess. But it was awesome to watch. Just so happy for him. And they're going to get another one this year.
He seems very humble. Has he always kind of been like that? He doesn't.
Always. That's how he's always been. He's never been too high, been too low. He's a very humble dude for sure. I would compare him to AJ Epinesa. They're both humble dudes.
How much does it feel this summer as you're getting back to normal now? And how much you've been looking forward to?
Yeah, it's way better. We have everyone in the facility. We're not canceling here, they're canceling there. So just having everyone in there working and then looking forward to a season with hopefully a crowd full of people. It's going to be awesome.
So I would say it doesn't really matter the game I'm going to come out there with.
How about when you guys are ranked? Do you feel like you get, I guess your opponent's best shot, right?
Yeah, I mean, either way, if the team's ranked or if we're ranked, it doesn't really, the ranking really has no difference until the end of the year after our bowl game, final said and done. So we really don't really care about rankings and stuff. 1, 2, 3, doesn't matter. We're going to come out and play football.
What is the area you're concentrating on this summer?
I would say working in the slot for sure. That's kind of what teams are doing now, is spreading us out. It's tough to play in the slot, especially when you have the Rondale Moores and the KJ Hammers. So I would say definitely in the slot, man-to-man stuff. So.
Hey, thanks.
Yep.
Hey, drifting from football for a second. You pay attention to Iowa's hurdlers and track?
I haven't this year, no.
Are you aware of what they've accomplished? They finished second, fourth at the Nationals.
Wow.
Because I know that's something you did.
Yeah. No, I should follow.
2.3 seconds for what's his name's escaping me right now. Jalen McConaughey.
How fast was it?
13.23.
Yeah, that's fast. And so I ran 13.85 in high school, and their hurdles are like 3 inches higher than ours, which is unbelievable to think about. That's flying.
Yeah, Iowa was the only school that had 2 guys in the finals.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, that's nuts. I did not realize that. So
shows you how focused on football you are.
Yeah, I guess.
You miss track at all?
Absolutely. That's probably one of my favorite sports for sure. I miss track a lot.
When Jalen was saying at this level it's 90% mental.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, because at some point like you reach your peak of speed, so I'm sure it's definitely just all in your head and how well you can kind of manifest it.
How do you feel you're better now than when you first hit the field and were thrown in there at Minnesota, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I just think it was just becoming comfortable with my ability and watching film, and because when I was young, I didn't even know how this stuff worked really, even after my freshman year until sophomore year, I'd say. So it's really just like learning the defense, learning how to watch film, what to look for. And it was it was all about the mental part of the game that helped me kind of exceed, I think.
Have you gotten to the point now where you can prepare for the opponent a little more, knowing what you're doing defensively, that says, okay, I can look at this guy's tendency and prepare that way?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's the main reason we watch film, to be honest with you, is pick up tendencies and kind of figure out what they're trying to do schematically overall, and that definitely helps you, be in position to make a play.
Wrong and things like that, and after Sunday is over, we move on to the next week, and we do it as a team and, try to prepare.
But is there one moment watching the film you kind of cringe some play?
Yeah, definitely. There's always that play for everyone, There's always, a game's never perfect. You might have, your best game of your career, but you might have 3-4 plays that, you mess up greatly on. So, I mean, it's all about, analyzing that and not getting, in your feelings about it, but taking what he's saying and, try to improve on it.
It's in a great sense, positivity that the coach has put you in a game plan. He's kind of showing you what you need to do.
It's definitely a great sense, knowing that he knows other teams and he's going to build the best game plan for us, and knowing that he has that history of going into the team, knowing that he's going to put us in the right spot. I definitely feel confident going into a game.
Just feel more I guess the word normal, just going into getting ready for a season?
I would say it does feel normal. You know, we're starting to get towards that. We're not fully there, but I mean, it definitely is as far as the workouts and being able to be around each other a little bit more and eating in the facility and things like that. You know, it's definitely getting to that point.
Now it's past. How disappointing was it to lose that Michigan game and then the bowl game?
It's definitely disappointing. You know, I felt like we were on a real hot streak and we could have made some moves. And, you know, teams are doubting us, thinking that we were not that good. But I mean, we were out there looking to show people. But it was definitely disappointing losing those games, knowing that we were losing opportunities to, just show who we are. But I mean, I definitely feel like it's giving us motivation, knowing that we're going into the season and we're just going to get these opportunities now to play our best.
You came a long way from home to come to college. I'm sure there were some challenges. Decide whether you wanted to come all this way and adapt to Iowa.
Yeah, there definitely is some challenges, especially I would say the biggest thing is the cold. You know, I'd never seen snow until I came to college, so that was a big adjustment. And just knowing I'm far from home, but I feel like my parents have been there and they told me in the recruiting process, you know, don't worry about being close to us, we'll come to you. So they've been to every game I played in besides one, the Penn State game last year because of the restrictions. So you know, they definitely made this feel home, and the people around me and the community, my teammates, the coaches, definitely made it feel like a home environment.
What do you want to work on? What are you working on this summer? What skill set would you like to improve on?
I would say everything. You know, there's not one part of my game that's, you know, maxed out. I say every part of my game can be improved on, you know, as far as like determining plays before they even run, or like whether it's footwork, you know, mirror drills, tackling, things like that. Everything can be worked upon. So I feel like I'm trying to get everything in with the time I have.
What's the atmosphere in the weight room these days?
Oh, it's great. I mean, even when we're lifting like 70% of our max or we're maxing out, you know, the energy is there. You know, we have music playing. We all love to be in there. It's not like a task that we have to do. It's something we love to do. You know, you're lifting with your teammates, having fun, ringing the bell, getting the max. It's just you know, unparalleled feeling.
Isn't that what makes being a football coach special? The fun part, not reaching the goals, the camaraderie, everyone in it together.
Oh, definitely. You know, the bonds you build with your teammates are, you know, unparalleled. You know, you have teammates like I remember from Little League, high school, college. The bonds I built, you know, hanging outside of football, it's definitely a good feeling.
Teams, players. Let me say players go down just because they don't get the chance to go out and make money off themselves. This is a lot of right now at the time that players get to, you know, get their name, image, likeness, like all that. They should be able to bring in money for all the stuff that we do for the football team, for the university, the organization, all that. And you know, we should be able to go out and, you know, seek rewards for being a good football player. You know what I mean? So I understand, you know, why we shouldn't. I do understand that, but I feel like it's a bigger reason that we should be able to go out there and make money. So yeah, I'm a big, you know, if there's a vote on my checklist, yes.
So making big plays would be a help to a player like you then, if you make big plays on the field.
Big plays is what I do.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's definitely my middle name. But yeah, I'm not like a cocky dude, but I'm definitely a fun dude. But yeah, big plays is definitely something that I'm looking forward to. I definitely want to go out there on Saturdays and just make people understand that when I do touch the field, like something good is going to happen. You know, something good is going to happen when the ball touches my hands.
How much different is this year right now than it was a year ago with the COVID thing and everything going on?
Oh, it's very different in the facility. I feel like everybody's laid down a little bit. Last year, the medical staff and the coaches was kind of on us, you know, to make sure that we wasn't in any contact with anyone and with COVID and all that stuff, just so we could have a season. And right now, they kind of laid back. Well, they're still on us, but most of us have the vaccine, so they're not really on us as much within the facility.
Much nicer conditions.
Oh yeah, definitely nicer conditions. The mask is like the biggest thing. I didn't really like the mask. It's hard to hear people.
Sure.
It's very hard to hear people, and I love talking to you guys in person. That's like, you know, a big thing for me too. I'm a personal guy. I love, you know, face to face. I feel like it's more personal. So yeah, I like that y'all are in person and not over Zoom.
Along those lines, when you miss out on everything you did last year, is there an element in you about wanting to cherish this season maybe a little bit more because you see how quickly something can be taken away?
Yeah. So going off of that, last year I honestly think we wasn't going to play, right? So our season actually did get taken away and we got it back. And unfortunately it didn't go as I planned. So I didn't get the numbers that I wanted, but I still think we had a great season as a team. But this year, like you said, I am cherishing it a little bit more. You know, I'm doing a little bit more than I did last year, just because I know at any given moment, you know, it could be taken away from me. And that is something that, like, obviously I don't want to happen, but I know it's a possibility. So you have to take that into precaution when you do go into lift, or when you do go work out, you do go throw. You know, this could be, you know, one last time you throw with your team, or, you know, you go in there and work out with your team and you don't know what's going to happen. And a lot of people, you know, don't really understand that. You know, take that into, you know, their thought when they do go into the facility. They just go in there and think it's another day. But this could be the last time you're going there. So you do have to go in there and, you know, give it everything you got.
How excited